Today, I want to talk about the Build Back Better plan proposed by President Joe Biden. The Building Back Better strategy is not a new idea or concept. Governments were planning and assisting their people, help them recover from disaster. But specifically, this name was stated by the Prime Minister of Japan in the Third UN World Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction meeting. Disaster can always hit different areas, certain or majority part of society as well as the economy. Um, we can see disaster as a trigger to create experiences in recovering from disaster and preparing for the future. Governments are playing a key role to plan and fund to have enough resources to defeat disaster. Now, let's talk about disaster. There are two major types of disaster, natural or man-made. All of us heard or experienced a natural disaster like hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, wildfires, and other kinds that cause this mother nature. Natural disaster have beyond repair consequences for the economy and society. Um, there will be damage to infrastructure and natural resources that can be felt for a long time. Another type of disaster is the one all people in the globe can get affected, called pandemic. Currently, all people in the world experiencing many problems that are the result of the coronavirus pandemic. The middle and low wages class suffer in the most in result of economy downturn. United Nations slash global economic output by $8.5 trillion over the next 2 years, wiping out nearly all gains of the previous 4 years. The pandemic pushed more than 34 million people into extreme poverty in 2020. The pandemic worsens poverty and inequality. Many developing countries face intense fiscal limitation. When a disaster or pandemic happens, governments are trying to help their affected people by financial stimulus packages and either forgive it or give option to return in long term. But the lesson from the last crisis is that fiscal and stimulus packages do not necessarily boost productive investments. The continuous pumping stimulus packages and help can boost significant increase in inflations. Therefore, prevention plans and invest on people before disaster can reduce society's pain and better come back after a disaster. The middle class are engines for global economy. Any interruption on the way of this hardworking class will pause economy development. Research in 2018 shows half of population in the world are middle class, confirms how important this part is. The President Biden's Build Back Better framework announced on September 27. Joe Biden believes that there is no greater economic engine in the world than the hard work of American people. President Biden promised to rebuild the backbone of the country, the middle class, so that this time everyone comes along. In general, the goals of Build Back Better framework are investment in children and caregiving in generation, combat climate change, expansion of affordable health care coverage, and to bring down costs and strengthen the middle class in generation. The effects of this program in coming years will be significantly tangible. Most American families will benefit from this framework by less spending money in different areas. I wish better and brighter future for everybody in the world.